Hi there, my name is Ratan and today I'm bringing you a really quick video to just talk about how to store and place it all on the ground as well as in a case. This is going to be part of an ongoing series where hopefully I can bring you more videos on how to look after your doll and maintain your doll. So let's start with the simple elements that make up most dolls. You have the wood frame, you have the skins, which include the bass as well as the treble. You have the roping, which is used to modulate the pitch of the bass, and you have the metal hooks, which is used to modulate the treble pitch. Some dolls will have double roping, in which case you can use these rings to change both the pitch of the bass as well as the treble. And you may also have some accessories on your doll, as well as metal rings, which might be placed upon the treble skin. So, let's start with how to place a doll on the ground. I would recommend that you place your doll with the bass side down, which means the treble will face up towards the sky. This is because when you compare your treble skin to your bass skin, you will notice that the bass is made up of much tougher material. As the treble skin is less tough, if you were to place your doll on the ground with the treble skin down, there would be a higher chance that you could damage your treble skin. The base of the doll is a little bit more resistant and tough and less likely to be damaged by placing that down on the ground. So that would be my general recommendation. If I was to be asked if there was any scenario where I would do the opposite and place the treble skin down on the ground, my general answer is no, unless for some reason you have no option but to place your doll on a wet surface. Hopefully you will never encounter that, but my general advice is place the base of the doll onto the ground and the treble side facing up towards the sky. So let's now talk about how to store your doll in your home. So the doll is a very important instrument in Punjabi culture and Indian culture. Like most instruments, sarangi, tabla, dilruba, these instruments deserve respect and to be treated in a particular way where you show that respect to your instrument. I would avoid placing this in a dirty area. I would avoid placing anything on top of the doll. I would simply keep it in a nice area where it is unlikely to be damaged by people moving things or placing things on top of the doll. And in terms of the conditions in which the doll is best kept, what I would say is aim for a room with a warm-ish temperature. So room temperature, as you would think in your own home, and a room where the temperature does not vary too much throughout the year. One of the things that can affect the tuning of the doll and the different elements that make up the doll is large variations in temperature. Now, ideally, you would play your doll on a regular basis so that it shouldn't become detuned, but occasionally you may have a new doll and you want to keep the other one in good condition, so you want to keep it in a room where the temperature does not vary too much, otherwise you may find that the tuning changes as well as the stress on the skins and the stress that's applied to the roping. So the next thing to think about is, yes, we've stored the Dhol in a room. Rooms have windows. What about sunlight? Some people will say to avoid the sun touching your Dhol for an extended period of time due to the temperature variance in different parts of the Dhol. I would concur with that. I think that's important. It can affect whether a skin becomes soft or hard over time, and that can again affect the tuning of your Dhol, particularly the base. So try to keep it away from sunlight in a room with a temperature that does not vary much. Aim for something around the temperature you'd have in your own home, and try to avoid it being in a particularly humid environment. So just what you would normally walk around in at home, as opposed to like something crazy like a steam room. So the next thing is, what do we do if we have a case? So here is a case for a Dhol. Now, if you place this Dhol in this case outside and you zip it closed and you bring it into your own home and you leave it for many weeks or months, actually you will find that the Dhol will likely still be out of tune and may have some new issues that have developed when you bring it out of the case. And you might ask why that is. The reason is because you have trapped the cold air outside within the case, and this has then affected the Dhol. This can happen similarly in an extremely hot environment. So what I would recommend is, if you bring a Dhol within a case into your home, at the very least unzip it, allow the air to change, ideally remove the Dhol from the case and put it back in the case within the room that you plan to store the Dhol in. If you have bought new Dhols and you want to make sure that you want to store them together correctly, number one, avoid placing a Dhol on top of another Dhol. Store them next to each other. If you are storing them without cases and you have a new Dhol, I would even recommend that you store them a distance apart in case your new Dhol has something like woodworm, which can spread from Dhol to Dhol. So try to store a Dhol on its own in a normal room temperature, without high humidity, without it being in direct sunlight for an extended period of time. Play your Dhol often, and again, base side down. Avoid storing it on the treble and avoid storing it on its side, because over time the forces placed on a Dhol which is on the ground on its side can change the shape of the Dhol. So that was my quick video on how to store a Dhol in your own home, how to store a Dhol within a case, and some of the things to consider when looking after your Dhol in your own home. I hope you found that useful, and I'll see you in the next one.